a point concerning narcissistic mothers, a question which has come up in the comments, that it is now the responsibility now on the victim to do the work. Yes, it is. Check this out. I want to talk to you about the doubt that I'm going to be making it, about positive thinking, about how your belief system, your negative beliefs influence on how you can get your case going with cognitive thinking, with solely your cognition, when you think and regret that you now have to be the one having to do the work. Basically saying there's somebody who did the damage and now it's on me to get that all ironed out. Yes, it is like this. And I'll tell you why. Let's get going. Cognition is a crucial part in any healing process, in any feeling process, and in any thinking process, and like consequently in how we behave and how we make decisions. Many times our feelings and how I finally act, what I do with what I know, are more important if I don't understand the dynamics and am being not guided by my cognition but by my feelings. And this is what you should be really aware of in this entire process. How important cognition is, not only that I would know, not only that I would rationalize, not only that I would intellectualize, not only that I would be knowledgeable about dynamics, but that this cognition and this new information about the, let's say, the correct dynamics, whatever that is, but if they help you, they're going to be correct. If they help you to get out of a victim posture, if they help you to get out of dynamics where you feel you're the suffering one. And suffering by itself is not a completely faulty thing, but staying in suffering and staying in circles why I suffer, and not finding out my way, and on my way doubting that I will be able to make it. That's a problem. And that's a problem also to becoming in the end into leadership of my own processes, of my own relations, of my own whatever I'm surrounded by in organizations, in my work, or whatever. Let's get into cognition for one more time, and into the exchange it does with our emotional world, and how positive thinking is not enough if it doesn't inform our emotional world, and if it doesn't sink down through our subconscious mind and belief system of who we are worth being. If it doesn't suck down, that you won't only by cognition heal. That sucks, but that's how it is. And how this has to do in the end with a way of thinking, why should I be having to be the one who has to now iron out what, for example, a narcissistic mother has done to me in my life? Why, in addition to having taken on the damage, having been chosen, let's say, to carry the damage on my back, why now am I again the one who has to do the work? It's an absolutely valid question. It's an absolutely valid way of questioning justice, of questioning why things work out this way in life. But it doesn't make sense, because it doesn't get you out of the position of the victim and of a person who's basically not in charge of her or his own processes, right? where you want to get to is no longer in the end saying you were the one doing all this to me, and she was, when it was a narcissistic mother, but you can transport this equally to any other abusive or narcissistic or abusive relationship. So why should I now be the one having to do again the work when I was already the one holding on my shoulders the heaviness of somebody, I would say like I don't want to say the word, but spitting out all this negativity and all this heavy weight of guilt and of blame and of no responsibility on me. So why am I now still in charge of all this? Well, you can choose, I tell you this. You can choose staying a victim and saying, I'm going to be waiting here, in freeze position until you have taken this baggage from my shoulders. You can do that. You're free to do this. There's no problem. But if we look at people who have succeeded in life, when we look at, we call this growth mindset, means a mindset basically which allows the person who sees the situation, okay, things are going down, there's adversity, there's things which haven't worked out in their lives, and all the different, despite of all their efforts, things crashed again, and people had to get up again, or even not, to be able to succeed and to go a path of a successful life, of a life they had dreamed for themselves, or will keep on developing, envisioning for themselves. Sometimes the flame has become so tiny of what we really assume is there for us in our lives that people can fall into despair, just by thinking they can't make it. It was one of my points of once you get into the healing process, once you get to see the entire panorama of what was really going on in this sick relationship, that you could be doubting as one thing, doubting that you will make it. Because the weight is so heavy, the dynamics are so petrified, let's put it like this, that it seems almost impossible at many points in your healing story, in your healing cycle, to really get out of it and to really succeed with seeing changes in your life. I know this. I know where you're at, don't you think? Don't you think? And I'm telling you, perseveras y vencerás, we say in Spanish. So if you proceed with deciding to lead your own processes and your own feelings, your own cognition, you will succeed. You will succeed. You will get finally where you want it to be, where you decide you want to be. Okay? Just keep on working towards there. Just be really resilient, despite of things pulling you constantly back, besides of you seeing constantly signs that you aren't making it, that you can't, that you get tired, you get sad, you get what is the word, like unmotivated to keep on trying, to keep on putting so much effort into the entire healing process that you, I say on 3%, you say, that ain't working here. And it is wrong to do this. It is wrong, and I really want to encourage you to use your cognition in this process, to use your motivation, to use your capacity to analyze, because you do have it. If you have lived in these kind of dynamics. You had to be very clever, very very knowledgeable, very much reading the signs of what was going on around you just to protect you. So you automatically, you have to be a person who really is sensitive to the signs and is really reading the signs and has a really altered perception probably from of what is going on. Another possibility is that you numbed yourself, that you didn't want to know anymore, that you didn't think you can succeed, that you didn't think you can write the signs, and this is why you preferred no longer to read them, but your sensitivity is still there. You can learn this again. You can get back into when you feel perception, when you get a perception. What is a perception? If I now take a bright light and I show it and I put it into your eyes, you go automatically back and close your eyes. That was a perception. There was like some neurological disparage going on inside of your head, which said, be careful, there's something weird going on. So if we have a perception, this can also be like a weird tone of voice, we call it a vibe sometimes, that you feel that somebody has something more in mind, and doesn't have like clear-cut, free intentions with you. So you can perceive these things. The only problem in the process was that you were trying to silence your inner processes and to tell yourself constantly like, no, it's not. No, she said she's a good mother. She's a good this and that. And always change things in a way that you would protect her, that you wouldn't think in the end, this is totally crazy what's going on here, right? So you shut all those processes down, which would balance out you saying, hold on, there's something really wrong here, because you weren't protected. You couldn't take care of yourself at that point. So you were kind of like turning things around in a way that you would finally make yourself think this is probably how things are, and who has the problem here, because I don't go with that flow is me, right? Cognition and no longer thinking that I can make it because I don't see the signs. Positive thinking, and that it is not enough to use these upper faculties here to understand processes. Of course, it's a part of the process to understand what was going on if you are informed by psychological and social sciences. I had a social professor in social psychology, and he used to say, and that really was for me what? He used to say, for every investigative paper is a contra paper, it's like an investigation piece which contradicts this paper. So you have to figure out now if what I'm presenting you as what made sense to me, what people found out in science, is something which fits into your network thinking, fits into your truth thinking and feeling, if it makes you feel good, if it makes you feel understood, if it makes you feel that you get forward with what you're understanding of what I'm telling you, then you can choose, of which information you choose to finally get out of dynamics where you feel a victim, where you feel let down, minimized from a grandiose mother, from an entitled mother, where you feel you can't get your head out, that you can't proceed with your projects, with your own life, that you feel stuck, and that you're finally confused, that you feel crazy, that you feel sad, that you may be depressed, or maybe today you're depressed and tomorrow you feel like a little bit too happy, or you're tied to all kinds of chemicals like drugs, alcohol, medication, like risk sports, like workaholic working, like even there's lots of people who are using sports, and running, endorphins to get out of the chemical imbalance, smoking, nicotine. There's so many ways, chocolate eating, overeating. There is so many ways how we can pull something into our lives to make this chemistry inside of ourselves change, in a way that we feel better, to become more happy in the process. Okay, information can go just until here, and it needs to feel right and good, and you need to make those decisions inside of the process of which information was good for you and which part of this information helps you move out of a process you want to move out of. Okay, you better know which processes those are at this point. Okay, be it feeling depressed, be it being too much involved with unhealthy relationships, be it too much involved with overeating, too much sugars, or whatever it is, alcohol, but too much, and the entire thing. You know what you've gotten used to using to calm down your energy, which is an energy of basically really like altered stress. It's really it's how can I tell this? It is much stress in your life and on your body, and it alters your entire thinking processes, which again give this feedback to your body chemistry and to your feelings, to your gut and to your heart and to all your blood system, and which makes you understand that things are not right, or that things are right, that you are calmer when you are with no alcohol, medication, or whatever it is, which is okay as a transition phase, as you understand where you are at and how a narcissistic mother impacted your life. And oftentimes, and I do get those comments, of course, it wasn't just one person, because one person, she would be pointed out by other people if they were healthy, and they would say, she's strange, she needs to change. But this was an entire system which was completely blind to what was going on, to the dynamics. Okay. Going towards cognition, positive thinking, and our beliefs, our most deep down beliefs about ourselves. Through cognition, through understanding the dynamics, through understanding or making the decision that I can do it, that I can succeed, that I will make it, and that I'm not going to give space to doubt anymore. Coming up, sending that home again, I don't need the doubt right now. Getting really, really clear, much clarity to get with your goals and to get to your goals. If you don't vacillate on this way, on this journey of saying, I will get out of it, and I want to get out of it, and I'll do anything I can to get out of it, and I will learn as much and as many skills as necessary to get out of those dynamics and to get into a state where I say, I'm like coming towards myself. I'm becoming peaceful, I'm becoming clear. I'm getting out of confusion. I'm getting out of the sense that I am crazy, that I am guilty, that I was the one provoking all this. I get my mind like straightened out, you could say. So if you keep on holding on to this goal that you will heal and that you can make it, because Christina said so, just because of that, she said so, I'm just gonna trust her for a moment, okay? And I will try. You might have doubts at some point, that you say, well, that worked maybe for her, or for other people she has treated, but that ain't working for me. Yes, it works for you. It does. It is unfailable if you follow the steps and if you keep on directing your goals, your energy, what you're wanting, of what you've been told. If you don't feel you would know it, been told where you can get. And I tell you, you can get out of this. It's somehow easy, although it's not fast. And you have to try and try every day. It's like brushing your teeth. You gotta do it a couple times a day, 3, 4. Depends. And that's how you got to work with cognition too. Cognition by itself and positive thinking that I will reach my goals and I stop doubting that I will get there isn't just a thing of like making it up in my mind and saying, okay, now I'm going to do this. It's a part of it. It's the first part. There's no problem. But in the end, what you really, really need to do is get to the core of your feelings, of this stress feelings, of what I was so difficult right now to express for myself, to understand in getting into those altered states of physical being, which we call feeling. It's just chemistry. And to read it. So when you imagine now beautiful things, imagine something really, really beautiful, a landscape you really love, like the ocean, like the tide getting like very lightly in and out. If you don't like the ocean or you don't like the like these landscapes, just think about a foresty landscape where there's a little creek and the water is really clear and there's all like green grass around it and beautiful rocks. Or you can call or recall whatever landscape or beautiful imaging it is, which now we're getting there, which now makes you feel really, really soothed, really good, feels really fine. And once you are in this feeling, you have let go of everything and you understand that you can generate these feelings of bienestar, of feeling good, in your body. This is important. When you capture that your mind is capable of, you can employ your mind to make you feel good just by imagining for a moment peaceful and beautiful, soothing situations. If you want to, you light a candle, you put on a music which really is calming you down and makes you feel like really good and gets you into this state of inner happiness, of being all settled, of being all there and being all at peace, of radiating this harmony within yourself. When you understand that you can do this, then you need to do this. And the more you do that, the better you get at it. Nobody has strengthened their muscle just by looking at them, which is again wrong. But because the investigations about high performance athletes, which were only replaying in their heads doing certain things, going through their victory, and that their muscle growth and their entire body setup was basically the same as those who really practiced that. So it does, it does work only by imagination. But what you really want to do is get into this, letting it suck down and being all present in this feeling, and then recreating it one time after another, okay, where you want to get, where you want to be with feeling good, where you believe yourself, where you take yourself serious, where you feel safe, where you are knowledgeable, where you are intuitive, where you love yourself. We're getting into this, I love that, and I know you guys love that too, where I love myself, where I believe myself, where I know I will succeed. Okay, this is a very, very beautiful place. And while you are in this place, you replace an older belief system of not being able to, of not being worthy, of not being able to succeed, of never being worth, the right, that you can't get where you want to get because you haven't, or which goals you set for yourself where you think you can't get there because you can clean dishes, you can clean your clothes, you can drive a car, you can maybe even succeed on an intellectual and professional level, and maybe you even know you can succeed in certain relationships. But there's a couple of things where we think these are like made in, put into stone, where we can't succeed. And this is a mindset, this is a way how we think about things, and it's BS. It's just a belief system. And once we manage to get there, we understand that we can get there, though we will get in all the steps of our lives where we want to level up, where we want to succeed. There's always a moment where I'm doubting that I can do this, and if I don't succeed and fighting for where I really want to get to, I might not get there, or at least not that fast. So a little bit of effort is really necessary, a little bit of action is necessary. Also thinking and pulling myself all the time back from a really negative thinking, from an idea that I can't make it, from being like my inner critique, talking to me in my ear, you're not gonna be able to do this, you've never done this before, you know where you failed before, and she said you're not gonna make it and you're not gonna be worth it. And sometimes it's not like these clear voices which are talking to you, but more of a feeling. So if you can generate feeling in harmony and peace, you can generate feeling and believing in that you will lead yourself to a goal where you want to get in your own self-development, in overcoming painful childhood issues or recent relationship issues. They all need healing, but you can do this actively, and you should do this actively. So if you want to change a belief system, which possibly a narcissistic mother has put into you, you can do this. But you can't do this only by positive thinking. Positive thinking can be such a thing only here in your head. What you really need to do is let this suck down and feel this. Anytime a doubt comes up that you're not going to be able to make it, and why should I do it if she was the one guilty of? Of course, you can't pass those steps where you accuse this person, but you can parallelly better you do it first, because if you want to go parallel, you always get into victim while you accuse, and then you want to get into the succeeder position, and they kind of contradict themselves. You're going like this, and then you want to be there or succeed even more there, and it's going to be just really hard. So do a part where you do the accusation part and let go. Yes, you have to do it. No, nobody's going to do it for you. Yeah, you have not only the damage, and your life was stuck or is stuck, and that you really see yourself being discapacitated from many of those dynamics, and it can make you feel really resentful towards her, towards life, towards God, towards institutions, towards hierarchy, towards authority, towards whatever you name. Understand where it comes from. And if you keep on saying you are going to be responsible for how I feel, they will then. You gave it away. Understand? You gave it away. You said you're responsible, and they will. They say anything, and you're going to be like thrown off, your path. You're going to be like, no, you hurt me, no, really. And yeah, they hurt. But it's because you gave them the power. You got to take this power back and say, I am now responsible for what I do, what I think, and how I feel. It's easy and fast? No, didn't say that. Didn't say it's easy and fast. Sometimes you just maybe get a couple of minutes per day into this feeling good, into this being with you, and into this affirming what you really want, what you really wish, what you really feel deserving. Maybe it's just that much part of a day. Keep augmenting those moments and those situations where you feel this way, that it will impress on your subconscious belief system about yourself, which says you can never succeed, you will never do this. That was her. That was her. And then each time you notice it, you just start believing again, you start loving yourself, hold yourself. Hold your inner child and say, there was her. That's not true. Do this also. Do you remember this? In another video, I was talking about this. This is a really important exercise. No. When you say to like a little nasty dog, or to a child, they want to get again, like somewhere where they want to get, you're like, and you're doing this with all conviction in the world, Do it for yourself too. Coming in negative thoughts, coming in ideas which make you doubt you can do it, you can make it, you will succeed, Give it oh no, you're out. That was her. That was basically planted by her or by other people. Identify where it comes from. Your idea that you can't. And give it the no, and stick to your beliefs. Console yourself. Tell this little girl, this little boy, that was her. I'm going to be with you. We're going to make it. Okay. Tell her. Tell him. Encourage. And then you get again into a positive thinking, into an idea that you can do it, that you will make it. And by this you're augmenting if you think this is a piece of cake which is your day, you're just augmenting the piece of cake every day, and you're gonna have the entire cake some days, and then each day more often of feeling good. That's the cake. Of being in charge of yourself, of being empowered, of feeling well, of feeling you can reach your goals, your purpose, your desire, your vision. And you can. You can. Did I say it's easy? No. Didn't say it's easy. I said it's possible. And you can do it. And while you keep on believing and amplifying this little piece of cake of the good feeling every day until it becomes your whole day and always and all the time, until you get to your next leveling up process where you're like, oh my God, I don't think I can do it. Yes, you can do it, you know. And impress, meanwhile, on your entire belief system through your cognition that you can do it, and consoling this being inside of you which wants to pop up constantly with negative ideas that you can't reach, that you will not, that you feel invalid, that you feel not worthy, that you feel not empowered. It's not like that. Okay? And another picture which came to me, I really wanted to talk about that. We sometimes see people who are really damaged, like homeless people sometimes in the streets, and or people who are quite damaged on a psychological level. You often see them with these huge bags, and sometimes there's only like bags in there, and it's not really for use. Sometimes we say, oh well, then use it because they're sleeping under the bridge and stuff like this. And you know, I was working for a long time in the psychiatric area, and it is not that they need those things, you know. I don't want to get into so deeply why people would do it or not do it. I think this is complex, but I wanted to use it as a metaphor for understanding. If you don't want to let go of those processes, if you want to keep on saying you are responsible until you take it away from me, you will be the person, excuse me please, I love you all much, who's taking with you those bags of accusation, of waiting that somebody's gonna, you know, regulate your life, give you your life back, take away the baggage. Nobody wants your trash. Just be honest. You have to get rid of it, that you won't pick them up all the time because it makes you feel so safe. You know, it's so known to you that this is what you identify with. Okay? Just stop carrying with you all those bags which are really bewildering to other people. Of saying, you need to take this away now. You need to come and apologize. I will not forgive you. I gotcha. Forgiving is not the first thing. I know you first have to accuse, empower yourself, love yourself, and then at some point you let go. You know, I respect your way, don't you think? But yeah, use cognition. Let cognition sink in. Cognition as a way to make you feel. Cognition as a way of analyzing how you feel and why you feel. Cognition as a tool of getting information and then again analyzing, is this information, does this go with me? Does that fly with me? Does that make me feel more peaceful, more at harmony, more that this is all mine and that I feel understand and that I feel good with this? That's what cognition is for. And to understand that it is your cognition which is in charge of your plans, of taking your goals to an end, to a happy end. Yeah? And to use it. Thanks for being here. If you want to subscribe, check out my other videos coming up here and there about narcissistic moms and about healing. And I love to hear from you again. If you want to engage in coaching, I did put my email address, christina@christinajunge.com, down there to get on the waiting list to see if we get you into some form of healing through or group coaching or individual coaching or whatever is there, which is good for you and for me too. And love to have you. Bye.